Good day everyone and welcome to Lex's World. Today I wanted to do an episode for 710 and first explain what 710 means, as well as talk a little about solvents. Of course, most of you recognize the number 420 and what that means. I've done an episode on it before and it's a well-known number in cannabis culture. While the number 710 doesn't quite have the same rich history, here's what it means. 710, spin it upside down, and it spells oil. And for that reason, July 10th, July being the 7th day or the 7th month of the year, is Concentrate and Oil Day. Of course, the best time to light up your concentrates is at 7:10 p.m. I personally find concentrates fascinating. On one hand, they are a form of cannabis because they're simply cannabis concentrated. And concentrates are a product that was created by prohibition, just like alcohol prohibition created many high-potency liqueurs. But concentrates, whether you're talking wax, oil, shatter, whatever, they're really their own distinct drug, at least as far as I'm concerned. One reason is chemical. Concentrates usually contain traces of other chemicals besides what's in cannabis, typically traces of the solvents used to make them. Another reason concentrates are distinct is because they have such higher doses per gram of the active cannabinoids that ingesting them affects you differently. And I don't just mean a different high. For instance, concentrating cannabis that's high in CBD, which is only one cannabinoid, turns it into a viable cancer treatment. Finally, on this day for you more senior viewers, I wanted to talk about the best solvent for making oils. The ideal substance, in my opinion, if you can find it, is pure butane, also known as N-Butane. This is not quite the same as the butane in refill cans available at the hardware store. Cans like this one, for instance. It is true that most amateur oil makers use these. It was the standard for years. However, a hardware store can contains more than just pure N-butane. It has propane or other chemicals in it too. Sometimes in very large amounts, meaning the butane is only about 70% of what's in the can. Some of the higher end ones that contain a little more butane, Calibri is one, that's a good one. London, that's another decent one. And another good one is Hitman. If that's as far as you're willing to go, is those type of cans. If you want real 100% N-butane, you have to get in touch with a gas supply company and buy it in an actual gas cylinder. That's still the best way to go if you're willing to put in the time. But now that legalization is coming in and oil extraction is getting more popular, we also have companies bringing N-butane or a purity level very close to N-butane to these types of refill cans too. Puretane and Capital Butane are two such products currently on the market. Both of them didn't exist a few years ago, and I'll link to them in the description. Once again, regardless of what solvent you use, as I've said in prior videos, far more important is your safety during the oil extraction process. Do not even think about attempting to make concentrates unless you've read up on it first extensively. I'll throw a link in the description to one trusted website with a lot of information related to concentrate production. If you have the good fortune of living in a jurisdiction where oil production is already legal, there's now day courses that can show you and teach you how to extract very pure concentrates very safely. Happy 710 everyone, and we'll catch you next time on Lex's World.